Hello, Aries. My cat, Magnolia, had different plans. So you get me. Alright? So I had to pre-pull him because she's here. I'm sure she'll rub her face up against it. Anyways, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm Brandy from ToriandI.com. All month of December, it's $22 5-minute pre-recorded readings on your 2 questions. I go in depth on them, obviously, because when it's just me, it's 5 minutes is a long time. You can go over there, you can book them. Anyway, we have a blessing to find the truth and a blessing on your intuition. Okay, these are the cards that I pulled out. Alright. This is more about trusting your inner voice and insights because it's guiding you towards the clarity and the authenticity that you may be seeking in any type of dynamic or relationship. However you want to put that. This is a general, folks, and I'm pulling tarot, okay? I mean, even though it gives, like, tons of insight. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, it is encouraging you to deepen your connection with your intuition, to trust all is going to lead to uncovering the truth in your particular situation. And we're going to dive into that, okay? It's just like you can feel it. Someone may be trying to make you feel like you can't. Maybe you've been sitting in meditation. Maybe you've been doing these things. You know what I mean? Of what's real, what's projection, what is your mind making up. That's best for your growth, though. Okay. So this is just making you, like, helping you make empowered decisions. If you do hear my phone, I do have my work availability on, okay? And watching my cat, who's a menace. A black cat. It's a spiritual clarity. It's a blessing from an inner compass, okay? It's a blessing from an inner compass. It is affirming, Magnolia, it's affirming that your inner voice is trustworthy to guide you on listening deeply, okay? That's what this is. And yes, I did have to go ahead and pull some tarot because she's on my desk. So, I had got the 9 of Wands reversed. Okay, that's all about, like, this is it. Like, this is the last go around. I'm tired of having to do this. This is it. But it's also, I'm very close. I'm very, very close with the Page of Wands, which is a yes. It's a new, you know, it just new ideas, okay? Page of Pentacles that are real. Followed by the Lovers. So, I'm going to go back to these. I actually do want to do the Page. Okay, we're going to do the Page of Pentacles and Page of Wands. I'm being called to look at that first. I want it to focus. Hopefully it can. It's on my phone. But, it is representing the learning process of, like, your intuition and your truth. Okay? It is also new discoveries, approaching it with, like, exploring and learning, which I'm going to bring up. There's tons of courses I have created that you go on your own. I pre-recorded them. I mean, go in there all the time after you buy it for, like, energy banishment, learning how to, like, listen. So that's what this is. And I felt very, I wanted to discuss that one first, okay? And then we have the 9 of Wands and the Lovers. And underneath the deck, by the way, it's 5 of Cups. You're like, I knew it. You know what I mean? On a realistic, like, what I'm feeling. Like, I knew this was happening, but that's cool because now you can walk away instead of trying to figure it out, right? Now you can just walk away, Aries. Walk away. Be relaxed. You know what I mean? Tell the universe, like, I'm free of these stresses. Totally relax it when you do it, okay? I'm free of these stresses, you know, with peace of mind. Free of these stresses with peace of mind. Do it when you're in a relaxed state. Okay, the Lovers and the 9 of Wands. That's choice, that's deep connections, it's relationships that did not align with who you are, did not align with what you were feeling or your spiritual, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, someone could be totally into you and then they figure out like you're into this. And they're like, oh, that's the devil's work. You know what I mean? Like, and they leave you. Or you could feel the change in the air. I mean, that's kind of what I'm being drawn to say. You could feel the change happen once they figured something out. But that's fine because you are aligning, okay, with yourself. You're aligning with yourself. That's a choice, okay? It's listening to your heart to make decisions that resonate with, like, what's good for you, okay? Not other people. Not other people. So many people get caught up in not living life, worried about if they're going to miss chances. Chances don't miss you. People that are good for you do not miss you. Now, can you sit in your house and think they're going to land in your lap? Obviously not. That's not going to work, okay? But it is doing things that make you happy, right? Too many people in this world feel alone. I don't care what your situation is. Too many people in this world feel alone. But yeah, that being said, I'm going to go back to this because these were the main talking points, okay? These are the main talking points, intuition and truth. And she's sitting there, she's like, yeah, I knew this. I'm just waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on you to walk back through this door. And this is at the beginning of a new learning phase of discovery, of like related to partnerships, really. It feels like any type of partnership, and yes, I know it's what most of you are here for, but it is where you're not going to show so much vulnerability, like you're going to be overwhelmed, and then you just release everything with the Nine of Wands and the Lovers, right? It's to let down the guard so you can hear yourself, to receive that clarity, receive that guidance. Girl. I'll turn this around, but she's like trying to drag everything off. She's got her foot up. She's something else. But like, Magnolia, you pull that hold. She was about to pull and there she goes again. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this. This is why you don't see me as often. I do too much humane work out here in the booties. People are ridiculous. So, this is just a realization to align with, like, your truth that would bring clarity on the decision that you are making. And it definitely feels it's related, like a discovery, to partnerships and love. And what you value. What you hold here. You know what I mean? What you hold here. And it's more about intuition than fears and defenses. And I think you're going to make peace with that. All this is making sense. It's more like leading you towards a new understanding that requires you to trust yourself and like release feeling defensive whenever you're dealing with such person or circumstances. And be vulnerable with yourself. Be vulnerable with those messages. Serves you right, girl. Magnolia. I love black babies. They're smart, but they are curious. Anyways, this is to approach it with enthusiasm and willing to learn about yourself and willing to allow things to unfold, okay? Like the owl is wisdom, sitting there with her. And guiding you to make more aligned choices for yourself, okay? Aries. Parting. Aries, parting. By the way, this is number 8, number 25, if that's significant to anyone. And there seems to be birds all around in this, like the crow, but it's a white crow. And the owl. And the Celtic symbolism. And purple. Purple is focus and protection. Okay, I got Pluto. Transformation, letting things go, feeling those energies. You can tell that the air's been heavy, really going through things of letting things go. Okay? And the third house of communications is where you live, siblings, yeah, someone's been under a lot of scrutiny for their creativity, for their passions, for spirituality, of what they're into, of like reading about it. And it's safe to be yourself when you decide to, you know what I mean? I feel like someone's about to do a lot of research, and it's almost like things that have been happening, signs, symbols, stuff like that. You're very much going to almost have that realization. Okay? I hope this finds you well, Aries. If you need something more specific, of course, to you, it's easier to do so when you ask me those questions and I tune in. But this is definitely educating yourself. It's like 50% effort and listening to yourself and figuring out how. Okay? You've been receiving downloads, and someone, even though it started now, started in the past. That will be over at the end of January. So good luck. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do so.